Alright everyone, this is the 5th lecture in the content writing master class. And in this lecture we're going to talk about something that you might have learned in the school or college, or something that is something considered very basic in the English literature, writing, grammar. But when we're talking about content writing, it is very important for you to differentiate between the different styles of writing or the different tones of writing. So let's get on with it. So basically there are 5 styles of writing, and I'm going to talk about each of them individually. But before that, I just want to tell you that why these styles of writing are so important. So let's say a client tells you to write something. Hold on a second. Okay, let me just close some of my tabs. Okay, so a client tells you to write something, to write or prove in 1500 words that why the ultraviolet radiations are caused by, why the cancer is caused by the ultraviolet radiations, right? So in that you will use this argumentative styles of writing. And if a writer tells you to describe something about an experience, or for example experience of having a cup of tea, that would be descriptive style of writing. And we're going to talk about them, each one of them individually, but just to tell you the importance that each one of them is very important, and you have to really identify that which style of writing you are going to write during, and which style of writing you are very comfortable in writing, right? So the first one is the argumentative style of writing. So in the argumentative style of writing, you have to prove something. You have to prove something. That is the simplest of definition of argumentative writing. For example, it is believed, let's look at the first example. It is believed by some people that the earth is flat. Earth is flat. Give us reason that why it is wrong. It is wrong. Oh shit. Okay, so why earth is flat? Question mark. Right. So it is believed by some people that the earth is flat. Give us reasons that why it is wrong, right? So for that you have to really prove that, because of these reasons, or I mean, if you don't know anything about the physics or astronomy or anything, but you can just say that, I read something, I read once, or I saw a picture somewhere that, when an astronaut, he went into the space, he saw that the earth was round. I mean, that's for someone who know nothing about the physics or the astronomy or anything, but somehow you gave a reason. You just gave us a reason that the earth is not flat. I mean, it's a very cliche reason, but I mean, for someone it can, hold on a second. Okay, fine. So the second example, let's just talk about the second example first. Do you agree that the cancer can be caused by the ultraviolet radiations? So I mean, for that you also need to know few things about, the medical science or etc. So you can say that, these radiations that are coming from the sun has some harmful frequency which can cause a disease, a skin disease, a skin cancer, and that is your reason, that right? And for that reason you have to give certain logic, and you have to give an example for that as well. So what you're going to do here is to give you a reason, that the reason is the ultraviolet radiation. It has a certain frequency, and that frequency or wavelength, my physics is worse, I guess. So it has certain frequency or wavelength which is harmful, and when that radiations it touch your skin, it cause certain mutation, right? Mutation is the word, right? So it cause mutation, and mutation cause cancer. So that's your answer. That's your answer to the question, right? Why do you think that Elon Musk is a great entrepreneur? Why do you think Elon Musk is a great entrepreneur? Okay, so you can talk about his ventures in SpaceX or Tesla, and why it was so challenging for someone who is building something that people have never done before and proving other wrong. That's how you're going to do that. So how to identify an argumentative style of writing? The first paragraph will have the thesis statement, will have the stance of the writer. It is also called the thesis statement. Now, what is a thesis statement? A thesis statement is what you're going to prove, what you're going to say. If the cancer is caused by the ultraviolet radiation, then your thesis statement would be that yes, it is caused by the ultraviolet radiation, and there is a certain frequency or wavelength. You're just going to give a hint of, or your stance, that yes, it is caused by that. So that's going to be your thesis statement. And in the first paragraph during the argumentative writing style, you're going to present your thesis statement. The stance will be defended in the later paragraphs. It will be defended by you, giving reasons, examples, logic in the next paragraphs. Writer will reaffirm his stance in the conclusion. So you're going to reaffirm that yes, it is caused by that, blah blah blah. And now in the conclusion, you're going to reaffirm that okay, now I have proved my thesis statement, and that's my conclusion. Descriptive style of writing. Descriptive style of writing involves capturing every detail of the person or you're writing about. The goal is to really immerse the reader in the experience, making them feel like they are there. So it's about describing something. For example, you had a cup of tea. So, and if someone asks you that did you like the tea? And what you're gonna say that maybe, it was not very, it has high concentration of sugar, I don't like sugar a lot, or I don't like milk in the tea, so I just like plain tea. So that what you're describing to the person is your descriptive style of writing. When to use descriptive style of writing? It is used in the poems, fictions, novels, narrations, non-fictions. Now it says in the fourth point that it is used in the copywriting. That's a very important for us to understand now, that how it is being used in the copywriting. Hold on a second again, I'm just mixing something. Okay. Yeah. So copywriting, in copywriting, although you are selling stuff, you're selling something, you're giving description to the product, which is again about descriptive writing, but you are doing it for the selling purpose. It is a next level of descriptive writing. So yes, it is used in that as well. Okay. Expository writing. Expository writing exists to explain a subject or inform about a particular topic or area, right? Unlike persuasive writing, expository writing should not have an angle or agenda, just the facts. So expository writing is used in the textbooks or technical stuff, or answering certain queries or training materials, right? It doesn't talk about the books. It is about something, informing people. That's expository writing, exposing them something and informing them about it. Narrative writing is more closely related to descriptive writing. Narrative writing is storytelling at its most basic. It's all about sharing something that happens to a character. It can be an epic tale or a small anecdote. It can be span of years or a few minutes. It can be fiction or fact. Now, from a content writing point of view, some people might mix the concept of narrating writing and descriptive writing, which is perfectly fine, because we don't really have to discuss the nitty-gritties of each style of writing. I'm here to just tell you the difference between the two and how you're going to differentiate between these styles of writing. Okay, so creative writing, now that is the most important after the argumentative writing style. In the creative writing, you are discussing something that has never done before. As with many artistic medium, the rules are really only there to be broken. And creative writing is any writing that exists outside of the styles above, or even combining in surprising new ways. The goal of creative writing is really to find new ways to tell stories that can surprise and delight readers. It is about something that has never done before or never experienced before. So, for example, again, I have a scientific example for that. For example, let's say none of us knew anything about the evolution, right? And someone named, Charles Darwin, he came in, he went to Latin America, and he observed that, in a nutshell, he observed that, yes, the evolution exists. And the book that he's going to write about it would be his creative writing, something that has never done before, never written before, that is creative, purely out of his own ideas, purely out of his own imagination or experience or his view on the world. Examples of creative writing: humor writing, poetry, fiction, non-fiction. Again, it's something that is creative. Creative is the word. Creative is something that you need to identify. So, and creative writing is perhaps the most unique and something that is highly rated, highly appreciated, highly commendable, and the highly paid style of writing, because when you're doing something that people have never done before, and that thing sells like crazy. So if you just go on Upwork, you will see that the people who have posted about the creative writing, they are paying you very highly. So if you have something that none of us have, then just go for the creative writing. If you are something coming from the artistic background or like to explain your own ideas and your own imagination, then you have to certainly go for creative writing. But if you're someone who is like to go scientific, then I think argumentative style is perhaps fine for you, right? And most of the people, I'm gonna be very honest with you, most of the people just go with the argumentative style of writing. So yeah, so that's all about the styles of writing, and now that's it. So see you in the next lecture.